This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me?
Hey.
Without me? All
That
right.
might be the
Hey.
dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I like
are
the way he does
most
that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
It did not.
All right,
McCarran.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
What you put with me, without me.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome back. The season is kicked off. We're ready for some football. We're ready for week 2, by the way. Oh, you're really enthralled. He's ready. I don't want to hear all your insightful comments. It's not in the first segment
No,
anyway.
I was just.
Because I'm sure both you gentlemen are biting at the bit to get into the purple and gold and LSU. I will say this, though. Welcome to the show, by the way. Labor Day evening here at
Yes.
Jack Daniel's.
Oh,
Up
yeah,
at
this
Bears
place
Stadium.
is hopping today. Now.
Yeah, it's very busy here today. And
I
it'll be a
mean,
busy
can we
week.
do about a 10-minute show so I can go out by the pool?
We'll try to kick it about 9.5 for you. How about
do
that?
that.
Just snap through it there.
Let's do
Look,
that.
guys, I remember a phrase that we kind of batted around last week was that LSU would love to sneak out and squeak out a win over Wisconsin. I think both.
that is kind of the way
What
I
happened?
looked
It
at
is.
it going in.
It is.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
But I mean, looking at the game, actually being there, Scooter and I, you know, it seemed like honestly looking at it.
We weren't
there,
together.
We weren't together.
Don't
I couldn't
blow my
get in
reputation
No, I couldn't.
like
I tried
that.
for the
Okay.
best of me to get in that press box, but I couldn't. It's
Well,
like
you didn't want
it's
to.
like-
That press box, whoa, way up there.
It is. It is.
I mean,
But,
it was one of those press boxes.
It is.
I couldn't, it almost as bad as, much better view than the Superdome has
Yeah.
since they moved the press
Right.
box
Yeah.
there. But it's about as high up.
It is
Whoa,
high.
that thing is up there.
It is. It is. But you know what? Honestly, I didn't think that it would have been that close. Honestly, I thought the LSU would have
Now,
pulled
wait a minute,
away.
wait a minute. Going in.
I really didn't think that it would be that close, Scooter. I didn't, honestly.
Well, but you see everything through purple and gold
Yes, he
glasses.
does.
No, I don't. No.
All right, LSU was ranked 13th going
And they
in.
were 14th.
If you just go to,
And they were 14th.
Wisconsin
I
was
get-
14th.
Yeah.
Wisconsin goes to the Rose Bowl every other year.
I know that.
So it wasn't chopped liver.
They lost more starters than we did, though, Scooter. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
So I was thinking, you know, LSU gonna get a little
No, I
bit there
grant
and
you,
pull
it
away.
wasn't-
But I tell you what, there's no question mark in my mind right now as to who's gonna be the starting running back. I don't know how Scooter feels, but I think I've got it clear as to who will be the starting running back
Does it
from
really
this point on.
matter?
No,
Does
it
it
doesn't.
really
It
matter?
doesn't. But you know the hype, you know the talk, you know that. But seeing what I saw
Changing tunes.
on no.
Well, I'm going to stop him in just
Somebody
a minute. I'm
just
gonna
said,
let it go on.
somebody just said, you know, I'm going to clear all this up tonight as to
So
who's
Leonard
starting.
Fournette is a bust. Is that
No,
what you're telling?
no,
it sounds like it.
No,
Oh, yeah,
no,
then
no,
what
it's
it
not.
sounds
It
like?
kind of sounded like
What
that.
Kevin is saying
I'm just
is,
saying.
Kevin will tell you, Leonard
No,
Fournette was a bust.
No way, kid's got a lot of talent. You know that. All I'm saying is Hilliard said to a lot of people, I think I'm that number one guy.
Well, let me. And
Number one. Not so fast.
Not so fast. Go ahead, fill the blanks in, please. So I don't have to do it.
Come on, Scooter.
You have been around long enough.
I know
And
that.
I'm not disputing
I
what
know
you're
that.
saying
I
based
know that.
on one game.
Yeah,
But
and it is.
you have been around long enough, my
Yeah.
friend,
But
not to overreact to the first game
No.
of the season.
no.
It's a long season.
But
Things
it
play
is,
out.
it is, Scooter. And I'm saying, and I hope that they will. It would be great if they both can share time. But I'm saying,
Let me stop you again. I'm sorry. You watch every LSU game,
yeah,
right?
pretty much, yeah.
When's the last time LSU had one running back
Oh.
who took all the carries?
I know that.
Okay.
I know that.
Just
I know
wanted
that.
to
I know that.
remind
but,
you of
But
that.
all I'm saying, Leonard Fournette, that kid's going to be a superstar.
We have a whole segment for LSU.
I know
Can
that,
we
but-
move on right
Yeah,
now? All right.
Let's bounce around.
All right.
You
the
know
Mac-
when he gets going. Once he gets those
I know.
teeth
Once
into
he
it.
gets those talents
Man.
into the subject.
Jeez.
All right. The McNeese Cowboys are getting ready for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yes.
They came out and walloped Florida Atlantic over the weekend. I mean, record-setting day offensively and that kind of. Did you see the catch by the Cornhusker receiver? Probably made
I did
number
not
one on
get to
ESPN.
No, I didn't.
Bobbled
Oh, I
the
did
ball
see
and
that.
he caught
Did
it
he
behind
really?
his back going out
I
of
didn't see
bounds.
it.
I don't know his name, but it was a great play anyway.
I mean,
Not going to be a factor in the
question,
game.
You know, I guess that's a catch.
That's a catch.
That's a catch.
I don't know how you make a football move with that catch.
I don't know either.
That's a catch.
It wasn't much of a move, but I don't know what you can tell with Nebraska against Florida Atlantic. They're going to Alabama. They got a couple of big payday games, that kind of thing.
How about Florida Atlantic?
They just got a game up. They just got a game up. That's
back to back on the road.
They got a
Nebraska,
game up.
Alabama. Look, McNeese has fared well in recent years. I say
They
this
have.
in the last two
In big
going
games
on
like
the
that,
road
they have.
against FBS.
Yeah.
Viator in his Monday pregame press conference. Look, this is a whole different animal in Nebraska. Bo Pelini has been there 5-6 years. You know his
More than
history.
that.
Maybe 6, 7
Since
now?
08.
Yeah,
Eight?
about
Okay.
6 years. He's
6
been there
years.
for a while.
So this is a strong Nebraska team. As Viator said, they got it covered all over. So it's going to be this is going to be a very, very big
It is.
challenge.
Nebraska is
for the
favored to
Cowboys.
win the West.
And
Big
that's,
Ten
Yeah,
West.
the Big
Yeah.
Ten West. So
And you know, Rick,
read into that.
when you look at
will.
it, doing, I mean, looking at what Matt's saying and the whole McNeese staff, you know, you want to get out there with a good show, coming out healthy, going into the next week.
Yeah.
We know what this game
Yeah,
is.
the thing we'll
Everybody
talk
does.
about later on in the show is the Cowboys have yet to name that starting quarterback, and I think
Yeah.
it's planned. I think it's planned a little bit, maybe not to tip the hand to Nebraska a little bit, but I said this a couple of weeks ago. I really think
You're
they'll
gonna
use
know
this
more about
game
that than we
as
will,
a
Rick.
continuing audition for
Yeah.
these quarterbacks. I think
Well,
it's a close race.
I think most
I think it's
a lot
tight.
of schools are doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
LSU for one.
Good
Alabama
point.
for another.
Alabama,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. All right. Any shock that on the Saints cut down day yesterday and their 53-man roster? I'm shocked that he cut both kickers.
Well, there's obviously.
Really? I don't
a
care
plan.
what
There's
kickers, Rick.
kickers out there, but a week before the game?
That reaffirms my long-held opinion, in theory, there's probably a good kicker back there bartending
Come on,
behind.
Scooter. I disagree
You can- you can-
wholeheartedly.
you can find a
you
kicker.
diminish the
I think
role
That's
of
an
kickers.
important. That's an important part of you.
I don't get it. He must have somebody waiting
cut
in the
both
wings.
of them?
He cut both.
No, they
Graham
just,
and Dimke.
I mean, he just figures he can get one.
Maybe.
And I guess he figures if he's willing to cut them, both of them, you know, if he doesn't find the one he's looking for, well, they'll still be there.
I guess. I guess. I'm a little. Yeah. I guess I'm shocked by that. I don't know
Yeah.
the latest of what's going on in New Orleans on the kicker front. There's bigger storylines with the Saints,
Yeah.
but that's very unusual.
I guess
That's very
I have always, and I don't know why, but I've always been such a big Champ Bailey fan.
Yeah.
I was pulling for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't argue. I mean, I don't know.
No reps.
From what it was going to cost him, if he wasn't going to be a starter,
Yeah.
No.
he probably wasn't worth it.
No.
If I
not
can
at
remember
But I'm a
weeks
big
back,
Champ Bailey
didn't
fan.
Kevin bring that up? I'm just saying.
No, you
I'm
just
just
questioned
saying,
the
I'm just
acquisition of
saying.
Bailey all season
If
long.
I can remember
or
a couple
all
months
season
back,
long.
or a
I mean,
couple
Champ
weeks back,
Bailey's old as Kevin.
he's pretty old.
Yeah.
He's pretty old.
I don't know. I mean,
pretty
we'll
old.
see. The Saints open up
Yeah.
Sunday at Atlanta.
That should be a good
So,
game.
Can I tell my,
That should be a
my
good game.
one last Champ Bailey story? When I knew LSU and the, who was the awful defensive coordinator
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
under DiNardo?
No, I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
we would
Lou Tepper.
Lou Tepper.
Lou Tepper. We would make fun of him every week.
Lou Tepper.
And whatever he called that awful read and react defense that SEC teams just schemed to death.
Yeah.
And it had, if you remember, the awful drop linebacker, which is great athletes as LSU can recruit. They never found anybody that could play drop linebacker.
Drop linebacker.
It all came to a head to me because Champ Bailey would occasionally, he was probably the fastest guy in college football.
Yeah,
that
he
same
was. He
year.
could run. Scooter.
When I looked out there and LSU shifted defenses and Georgia shifted and got Champ Bailey one-on-one with
the
LSU,
offensive
so
linebacker.
he was playing offense.
Offense.
And they got Champ Bailey one-on-one with whoever poor soul LSU was trying
Yeah.
to drop linebacker that
linebacker.
night.
Yeah.
And
Figure that
it
out, huh?
was, I said, oh my God, this is going to be ugly. And sure enough, there went
Sure
Champ in the drop
Yeah.
linebacker doing this, you know. So.
Yeah.
Let me follow up that quick story
Unbelievable.
with there's a commercial for DirecTV
Unbelievable.
going on now. It's a great commercial. You got to
Yeah.
look for it. Champ Bailey would probably be in this commercial.
Yeah.
I want to go back to college.
Come on
Referring
now.
to that. There's
Really?
a great, be on the
Man.
lookout.
It is pretty good.
The
I've
Boz
seen
is in
that.
there and he wants to go back to college. Up against
Unbelievable.
that
I never
proverbial
liked
clock.
him.
We're going
I
to
didn't
take our first
recognize
time
the
out of the
Boz,
night.
didn't I?
When we come back, we'll sink
Yes.
Kevin's talons, if you will, into the LSU rally defeat of Wisconsin.
It was a good win.
Look, it was a good
It
win.
was a good win.
Great
It really was a good win for the
It
Tigers.
was. It wasn't pretty.
It was a good win.
It was
No,
a
it
great
wasn't
win to
pretty.
get out of Houston with a win. All right, we'll do that and more in about 2.5 when we come back to Jack Daniels.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Miller invented light beer, the original 96-calorie Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dr. Cassio's my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, let me state for the record, Martina McBride, the big concert over the weekend here at Lauberge was a
concert.
sellout.
Yes.
Great show, country superstar, but a superstar in her own right is coming to Lauberge September 27th. It's Whoopi Goldberg, big comedy show at the Special Events Center.
And I think this is the first time coming here, too.
First time ever for Whoopi Goldberg, and it's going to be a great show, so get your tickets early. You got about, about 4 weeks to do it. Seeing we're here on Labor Day evening here at Jack Daniels, and we're laboring a bit, but we're having fun.
I don't know why we're working on Labor Day.
Because football's kicked off, and we got to get the show on the air.
Yes, we do.
All right, let me say this about this
I could have been having fun.
I know you could have been. Yeah,
Instead, I'm with
eaten
you two.
barbecue. I know. I appreciate you being here. Now you only got 2 more minutes because you wanted to leave after 9.5, so you're more than welcome. Kevin and I will carry this.
We'll finish. I promise you, we'll finish.
will carry
I have
this
enough to
puppy.
talk about tonight. Believe me, we'll finish.
Let me temper your excitement, Mr. Guidry, and I'm sure Mr. Hobbs knows this good and well. Wisconsin, same conference, lost 2 of their starting defensive inside linemen on defense. All right, that's huge. That's huge. Now,
we didn't have people show up either.
It is.
I know that.
We
didn't have people
Think
show up
about
either.
that in the second half and all those
I look
holes
at
that
that
opened up.
is Wisconsin's problem.
It is.
I do too.
But it's a factor in the game. It was a factor in the game.
I don't doubt that. But to me, LSU really, it wasn't like they were totally stuffed, but they really started running the ball. I was impressed with the way they did it, not with that stupid bunch offense, you know, where
they
get
had a
everybody
flashback.
this close.
Well, they had a flashback of it for a minute there, Scooter.
Yeah, but they spread the field. They kept 3 wide receivers in the game and ran out of that formation instead of 3 tight ends.
Exactly,
2
Scooter.
tight
In
ends
past
and
years.
an H-back and all that. And to me, it opened up the field. What was this game supposed to be? I mean, I won't say that. All right, it's Big Ten SEC. What are you supposed to have? Better speed, better quickness, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Probably a overrated cliche, but
Melvin Gordon has speed for Wisconsin.
No, he did.
Probably an overrated cliche. But if you have the athleticism LSU does, don't you want to open it up?
Wait a minute. I've been saying this for years, Scooter. Wait a minute, Scooter. Wait a minute now. I've been saying this for years now.
Here we go.
When did you start this now?
Oh, I've been
When did you start
that.
this?
I've been saying that.
I've been saying this for what? How many years?
No,
About 10
I
years
don't
now?
like that
About
bunch.
25. It's longer than I've been knowing you.
Look.
All right, so
Scooter's right, though, but I got to agree with Scooter. Scooter's right. We've got to get away from that. If you've got the talent, skill, you've got to use it.
And
You've got to use it.
maybe you can see it a little bit when you've got a straight drop back statue like Mettenberger.
Yeah.
But now that I don't think we've seen. They scratched the surface a little bit to me in the second half with the read option stuff to a degree.
Yeah,
but it opens up the field. They've got to join the 21st.
Let me jump in. We're going to get to the quarterback situation, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty here.
Okay.
Les Miles picked the right time to call the fake punt, and it was critical.
No, he did. You knew it was coming.
But
you knew it was coming.
I don't think it fooled. I know it
But
didn't
you knew it
fool
was
Wisconsin.
coming.
Wisconsin had
They
their
should have been ready for it.
Well,
they should have. I mean,
well,
it's the perfect
Les
time to do
Miles
it, and
kept
he did it.
saying, and this was, trying to interpret Miles, it's always tough.
Yeah.
And he said after the game they ran it even though they had the wrong personnel in. Well, it turns out LSU had the wrong personnel. What he was talking about was Wisconsin had their safe punt team.
Yeah.
Now that begs the question.
Yeah.
This first game of the year, you hadn't watched any film on Wisconsin this year.
Yeah.
So how do you know that's their safe
punt? That's their safe punt protection.
But I don't.
I don't know.
And I don't think that
that
fooled Wisconsin for a minute. I think LSU just executed it.
I think they did. And I think they missed the
4th and
tackle.
4, they got
he missed the
five.
tackle.
Okay.
The guy missed the tackle. Really.
I mean, even if you go for it, if you line up, don't bring your punter out. Well, they obviously are ready for it. Sometimes you pick it up.
Are you arguing against the call? I'm not.
No, I'm not arguing.
No. We had to make that call.
But
I mean,
it was telegraphed.
Yeah.
I mean, it
was.
would almost, if they hadn't made it, you'd look back and say, well, they had to have a first down there.
Yeah.
They should have just lined up.
But they only got a field goal out of it. A
Yeah.
30-yard field goal.
and I don't think that
but
was
that's
the
okay.
I
But
do
that's
not
okay.
think that was the key play of the game.
No, but it was a nice momentum
Anytime
swing.
you can put points on
Nice
the board, I think
momentum
that's
swing.
tells the
Scooter.
story.
And I heard
Nothing
that.
was going right.
I heard
they
yeah,
weren't doing anything.
But they still, to me, that was a win for Wisconsin. They only gave up a field goal after.
To a degree.
Yeah.
To a degree.
So I don't know where that was a huge momentum.
I'd give
swing.
LSU the edge on that one. I'd give LSU the edge.
Turning
All right.
point was the interception with Mills, and that's going to be my superstar
Big,
for the year.
big.
Okay,
Now, let's
this
get
is
to
the
the
thing.
qu-
That
The
and
problem-
scoring a touchdown on 3rd and 21.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
The problem I'm having, guys, and maybe y'all saw it too, whatever. Jordan Chavis is going to have a rough time this year with that front four. Honestly, not one sack. Did we even sack him at all? Did we sack the quarterback at all? No,
they
we
shot
didn't.
him. They got
we
like-
didn't get close to him, Rick.
But the Wisconsin coach was saying the reason they didn't put the other guy in was because they couldn't protect the quarterback. They didn't technically sack him, but they drove him crazy. I'll give them that.
You got to put your hands on him, Scooter.
No,
You've got to
Wisconsin-
put your hands
it's
on him.
Wisconsin, they're known for great offensive lines. So,
Yeah, but-
give them a break here.
Okay, but
But
next
they
thing.
harassed him. That's misleading.
Scooter, when have you
It's
seen the Tigers-
misleading to just say they didn't sack him. He was a pretty athletic quarterback
Yes,
who
he was.
couldn't hit that big
Couldn't hit
screen
it. Couldn't
over
hit it
there
at all. I don't.
with a forward.
Bless his heart.
that's shocking.
Don't know what he was doing.
To me, can you imagine if we're having this show to a Wisconsin crowd?
Yeah.
Where was Gordon the second half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was the other quarterback?
I don't know.
Like I said in
I don't
my
know.
column, I thought they'd have had a better chance. I thought Jared Lee would play
Yeah.
for Wisconsin before.
I was
their-
thinking the same thing on that
The
one. I think
only
it's
thing
the
that
same.
I'm a little bit stressed about too is the linebacker position at LSU right now.
And there's no excuse for them not to be.
I'm worried about that. Anytime you
I
get a
didn't
team,
notice that. So I'm
whoa,
listening to you.
when you can stretch LSU defense to the second level on almost first, second, and third down, you got a problem. when you got secondary guys, can you recall how many tackles the secondary made in this game?
Yeah, a lot.
I would put that
A lot.
the secondary was the leading tacklers in this game,
I would
Scooter.
think so.
Now you can't get to that second level.
The safeties normally a lot of times.
I understand that though,
safeties do make
but when
the
you get guys in the secondary, Rick, that's not good because apparently your front four
We're running
not doing
short
that
on
job.
time here. Quarterback. Jennings struggled.
He did
as,
at first.
As he
did at
probably
first. He
should
did.
have. But look, he had some bright spots. Come
He did.
on, man.
Second
The
half-
long balls. look
Second
good.
half, when they started spreading, they started moving him more.
Yeah.
I mean, they might as well design the plays to roll him out.
You have to.
Might as
Scooter.
well.
Because he's
You
going to
have
end
to.
up
He's gonna roll out
scrambling
anyway.
anyway.
You have to.
He does not see the field when he drops.
He's
straight
gotta
back.
move to see it.
So
He's
he's
gotta
going to
move.
end up scrambling.
Right.
Yeah.
You might as well just design the play for him to roll
My
out.
thing,
right
what
or
LSU
left.
would do a lot more this year would be a little bit like the Saints. If you can buy him time, he'll find somebody open. That's going to be key. Buy him some time. He'll find
he,
somebody
after
open.
this very look, you put it in either one of the columns you wrote over the weekend, he's rallied them back.
He
Two
did.
out of the three
He did.
games.
He did. No, he did.
I mean, come on.
he did.
He's
But
got.
he
He's
did.
got.
Is he ironclad?
He's got
starter?
one 17-point comeback and one absolutely desperation comeback.
Yeah. Is he the ironclad starter?
No.
No, I think Jennings is. I mean,
That
you
was
know,
obvious.
Harrison
it
is
was
going to play.
obvious. Brandon Harris only came in for one series.
Yeah.
But it was obviously he had some stars in his eyes.
He did.
I mean, the game's
Who
got to
wouldn't?
slow down a little bit
Who
for
wouldn't,
him.
Scooter?
But no, I mean that, and you know they said, oh, you know, like I was saying, like we all said last week, you know, LSU just wanted to get out of there with a win.
Yeah.
And
they did.
and that was the way to do it in that case.
Look
the
at
way.
it, and I know there are other freshmen that have started games.
Yeah.
Obviously, even the kickoff of the college football season already. But I mean, Bossier City, his first game.
Yeah.
NRG Reliant / Stadium.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't know what the name of the stadium is.
75,000
You know,
people.
all of
Wisconsin.
you hear
I mean,
about,
come
you
on.
know, the trendy thing the last few years is freshman quarterbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they've all been redshirt freshmen.
Yeah.
Good point.
They've
Good
had a year
point.
under their belt.
Yeah.
They've had a year
He's
under their
not.
belt. You're
He
right.
did
He's
enroll
not.
early. He was there for spring.
That's right. But he
Yeah.
But
hadn't been in
still-
the stadium. He
but
hadn't
it's
been
still-
out there.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
I agree
saying
with
a lot.
Scooter. I
Up
agree with
against the
Scooter on
clock.
that.
When we come back, we're going to talk McNeese Cowboys getting ready
Cowboys.
for the big red machine or red storm or whatever the heck they call it, the Black Hats of Nebraska. They got all kind of mascots and cliches.
Red
We're
Storm.
doing that in
Come
about
on,
2.5
Rick.
minutes. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Douglas Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
The programming note, Barb Bucks head coach Mike Cotrera is at Jack Daniels. He's coming up a little bit later on in the show to preview the Bucks 2014 season and all the answers to the questions that everybody has surrounding the Big
Mike's
Blue.
got 'em. He's got
all the answers.
He's
right?
got all
So
the
we'll
answers.
check on. And we haven't
We
forgotten
seem
about
to have all the answers in the jamboree. I'll say that.
We haven't forgotten about the All-America Barb Buck, Trey Quinn, and his coming out party, if you will, as an LSU Tiger. We'll go to that later on in the show because he definitely had a good time and a good showing. All right, the McNeese Cowboys. Bad news announced today. Wide receiver Wes Briscoe is out for the year again. He played only 3 or 4 games last year. Another knee injury, suffered in Friday's practice. These Briscoe brothers and the challenges that they've had with knee injuries, it's mind-boggling to me.
That's tough.
Everybody knows about his brother Will, who's obviously playing. Now battling for playing time at quarterback, but now his brother Wes Briscoe, who's considered going to be one of their starting receivers, is out. So, but the good news is Damon Gladley has been with them a couple of years, is now coming back quicker than they thought. They thought he might take 4 or 5 more games into the season, but now he's ready, so he'll fill Briscoe's spot on the depth chart. So it's a little shell game for the McNeese Cowboys. Look, they beat Middle Tennessee State a couple of years ago. They ran roughshod over South Florida. Now it's Nebraska. All right, expectations for Cowboy faithful will be, okay, we're not going to win this game, but let's have a good competitive showing.
What would be best case scenario? Let's try to be realistic and discount.
Very realistic.
Discount actually winning the game.
Yes.
What would be best case scenario?
I've always said in these kind of situations on the road, like a team like Nebraska when they were playing the A&Ms of the world and even North Carolina's, I think if you keep it between 17 and 21, that's a good showing.
But that's
what
too
do you mean?
Vague. That's too vague.
What do you mean?
I'm going to 17, okay.
Great showing.
It's how you get there, though.
Okay.
I would be more impressed if, say, they kept it within 3 or so for a half or midway through the third quarter. And then maybe Nebraska pulls away late.
Yes.
As opposed to getting behind by 28 and Nebraska pulls all the starters and they score a couple of late touchdowns. That's the way I look at it.
I look at it differently. I look at it more.
Maybe we're not.
I look at it more
credit.
3.5 to even 4 quarters. If they can keep it within that range, that meant they were in the game
Right.
with a couple of possessions.
No,
if you're saying only 3-point at the half, and then Nebraska. Remember Missouri? They were out of it from like 3 minutes in. Remember Missouri and Blaine Gabbert? Yeah. They were out of it.
What I think Scooter's maybe referring to, and correct me if I'm wrong,
I love the way you love to speak for me.
A couple years back, 6-7 years ago when they played Miami, they made it a game.
That's a long time ago, 10 to 12, but go ahead.
But they made it a game.
Yeah, somewhat.
And the
Hurricanes ran away.
That was very impressive. Because the score, what was impressive about that game, and it was from start to finish, was the yardage.
Exactly, Scooter. Yeah.
McNeese's offense put up.
That's my point.
If you want to go back through their history, they had Texas A&M beat one year.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes,
now,
they did.
there was some fluky stuff that happened.
I know.
Grant you.
Yeah.
But, that's the way that would happen.
To your point, let me read between the lines. If the Cowboys can execute their offense and get what they think they should maybe to get running the ball and throwing the ball and defense, they can, look, Nebraska had 784 yards of offense, nearly 500 rushing.
That's crazy, man.
It is crazy.
That's crazy.
Florida Atlantic.
McNeese ain't no Florida Atlantic.
Well, look,
that's
you
crazy.
put McNeese and Florida Atlantic on the same field, you got a pretty good ball game.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking
beats
Matt wants to go into it, Scooter said, with the great showing, hold your own for a quarter or two. But I think the biggest thing, guys, is getting out of there with the people that you came into the game with to be able to play for next week.
That's true.
That's key.
If you start,
I would take that over anything.
You can't game plan that, though.
No, you can't. No, you can't, Scooter. But
extremely lucky. They have not
I'm
suffered any major injuries in these big FBS matchups. No, I'm just.
He knocked on wood. He didn't.
There's a way to tell when you go to Nebraska. If McNeese gets a really good ovation from Nebraska fans when they leave the field.
Yeah.
That's Nebraska fans are the most polite people on earth.
Yeah.
And that's the tradition of theirs. If they appreciate the effort of the opposing team. McNeese, the last time they were up there, it happened.
Right. Well, and they gave, I think it was like 38 to 14, something like that.
But you've got this McNeese quarterback thing going. Everything else, everybody's expecting a little different offense from McNeese. How much you think you're going to know really after this week? Assuming it goes like we thought.
That's valid. That's the other side of my argument. They'll use this game as an audition. You got a heck of an audition.
It's a pretty big audition. If Pelini's defense is just too much for them, does that mean it won't work in the Southern Conference? I don't know.
I know.
I doubt it.
But again, these coaches will just just dissect this film and the tape, and they'll see what Daniel Sams can do and Tyler Bolfing can do and a Will Briscoe can maybe do in this environment of Nebraska. And you got to figure Nebraska, if they open up a certain lead, and then they'll go to second team. Okay, then they'll go to second team.
I've just had a aha moment when Scooter mentioned about Nebraska being some of the most polite fan, the most nicest people you'll come in contact with. Their head coach, Tom Osborne, we played him in the Sugar Bowl.
He's absolutely one of the classiest guys you ever want to be around.
Great mind guy. He walked over to us and said to me, he said, Guidry, my God, you're such a great athlete, son. You're going to have a great game. That just messed me.
Playing your head, huh?
Well, he's
playing your head.
I thought Osborne was smarter than that.
He went to Congress.
Smart guy. He got in my head, okay?
They
Smart guy,
man. They're kind of like,
what
is that, Memorial? What's that place called? Memorial?
Where they play?
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of the anti-Tiger Stadium where LSU prides itself on being so nasty, and Nebraska prides itself on being polite to their business.
That's crazy.
You know?
All right.
That's crazy, man.
One last thing on the quarterback situation at McNeese. Look, they haven't named a starter. They might prior to this game. They're going to use this week to practice and get some more reps in or whatever. I mean, what y'all have read and seen.
But you're around them more than the two of us.
It's.
What's your take on it, Rick?
My take has always been it's going to be Daniel Sams that ends up with the starting position.
Okay.
It may not be in this first game, but it has been tight. Look, I didn't see Tyler Bolfing. I saw a little bit in spring. I didn't see during the offseason. Obviously, he's put on some weight and some muscle. He's a big kid. What did I say a couple of weeks ago? He looks the role, guys. He looks the role as the starting quarterback. He throws good balls. He can move a little bit, but look, he can't move like Daniel Sams.
No.
I mean, the shimmy and the shake that Sams brings that position is impressive. So I still think it's Daniel Sams' job, but can he take it unequivocally away from Tyler Bolfing? I don't know that. It's too tight to call.
That's a two-quarterback position question we've had for the past 2 weeks now.
Maybe.
I mean, is it going to happen that way or what? I don't know.
Two different quarterbacks, and that's what Viator likes.
Yeah.
If he's going to play two at the same time.
You can do a lot with
against the clock. You want to do black and gold? We're going to do Saints. We'll talk about the Saints and Falcons coming up this week. Bucks head coach Mike Cotrera is under roof. He's going to come up a little bit later on in the show. Stay right here. We're coming back to Jack Daniels.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Gold. It's the color of quality, the color of taste, the color of a true Pilsner. Let your eyes drink it in. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dig in. Because after a few icy seconds, you'll discover the light beer brewed for 21 days. And that's time well spent. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge. I want to remind you once again, September 27th at the Concert Hall, it's Whoopi Goldberg. Get your tickets now. It's going to be a great comedy show. Oh, yeah. One of the classics, one of the icons, Whoopi Goldberg, coming to Lauberge.
That's going to be a good show. I will be at that show. That's going to be a good show.
Fun and laughter. All right.
Yes.
The New Orleans Saints open against arch rival, the Atlanta Falcons.
That's going to be a good game, Rick.
the Saints unbeaten in no, not unbeaten. 3-1.
No, they avoided that.
Yeah, 3-1 in the
preseason. I didn't watch them.
Scooter said it wouldn't have been good if they would have went 4-0.
They played on Thursday night when all those college games were on. I did not watch a play of it, but I was thrilled.
Everybody was watching the college game.
No Breeze, a lot of the starters
Nobody played. They did. After the way they played the week before, they didn't need to play.
No, they didn't. They didn't. So,
I said, that'd be like winning the par 3 tournament at the Masters to go unbeaten.
Right off the bat, I say it's good to catch Atlanta early because they're coming off like a 2 or 3 win year last year. Catch them early, even on the road. Catch them early. You beat Atlanta on the road in week 1. Boy, that's a nice little feather in that division.
But I mean, the Saints have been beating Atlanta on the road regularly.
Yes.
In the last few years.
This
is going to be huge for Atlanta.
It is.
The Saints better be ready.
Yeah, it is because of the kind of year they're coming off of.
I mean, a
dismal year.
And
all the questions that
they're going to hear what the Saints must have won like 4 of the last 5 in Atlanta. I think,
yeah, you might be right on that. Yeah.
I'm bringing it up. I'm estimating, but it's something like that.
So Atlanta has a lot of question marks. The Saints, not so much. Not so much.
Well,
one of the things I said was
was
critical for the Saints was not just so much the draft and the free agents, but the players that they had under contract, how well they came back into the fold from injury. Vaccaro's healthy. Patrick Robinson won the job, so he's coming back healthy. And then there's probably a few more, but that's 2 that come to mind, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah. Sometime before Sunday, they do have to get a kicker.
Yeah.
We're going to ask the bartenders back here if any of them have kicked.
Hey,
Rick,
Jay used to be here.
Did he do that just to bring one of them back? I mean, that could be a mind game.
I don't know.
Do you do that just to bring one of them? I mean,
you do need a kicker at some point.
Yeah, you do, and I think it's going to happen pretty quick.
I think it's to bring one of them back, but he did to say, well, look, let's wash the slate and let's get them.
I don't know. I thought Shane Graham, I mean, look, decent range, 14, 15 years in the league. I don't know. He must know something we don't know, obviously.
How big a factor do you think, and you watch your Saints closely, Rick, how big a factor will Cook be in the Saints'
huge
offense this year?
Huge.
I think eventually will. I don't know about it from the start.
Huge right from the start. Sean Payton is not going to waste that.
Yeah.
He is not going to waste that.
Saw him in preseason.
Because remember this offense from last year.
Yeah.
It wasn't really hitting on all cylinders, in my opinion. They got a lot of yards, but they didn't get a lot of points.
Yeah.
So Brandon Cooks is going to be huge in this offense.
He's a great talent,
Never thought
man.
I'd say this.
I mean,
I
great
even
talent.
like Mark Ingram.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's coming around, Scooter.
We'll see.
He's coming around.
Kyrie Robinson just runs with abandon. Cadet is strong. And Pierre Thomas is still.
Pierre Thomas is Pierre.
But guys, this is the thing.
Stalwart.
This is the thing that gets me. When you look at Pierre Thomas, what late round draft pick was he? Free agent.
Free agent.
Look,
Illinois.
When you look at Pierre Thomas and you look at Mark Ingram, Heisman Trophy winner, Bama.
Yeah.
Why would we even be talking about him getting his groove or starting to get
He's
going?
been there a lot longer than Ingram. He was an established player when they drafted him.
Yeah. Look, Ingram had the turf toe. He had all those toe problems.
But
whatever
I'm
that
just saying,
means.
we're making it seem like he's coming into his own now. Hell, he's a Heisman Trophy winner.
That didn't mean anything in the NFL.
A bust for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And I still got to see it in the regular.
Me too.
I thought second half of last year he came on.
Yes.
He
did well in postseason, especially. He did well against Philadelphia. He did well against Seattle.
We'll see.
Look, keep this in mind. The carryover defensively. Look, I say the Saints don't have as many question marks as Atlanta. I'll stay by that. But they went from dead last in the NFL.
Yeah.
Got Rob Ryan, and he catapults them all the way to number 4.
Yeah.
4 overall defense in yards allowed. That is humongous.
That is, Rick.
And the carryover for this year is going to be huge, and how that defense.
I would put it this way. And I'm not saying they're running roughshod through the league. It's the NFL.
No, nobody runs roughshod.
And you know what I think about exhibition games? Don't make too much of them.
Okay.
But I didn't see anything in the exhibition season that gave me a serious question mark about the Saints. I didn't see anything about the Saints in the exhibition not to like.
No, I didn't either.
Particularly,
I
and particularly those first 3. I didn't even see the 4th one. But the first 3, it seemed like they got better. Of course, it wasn't until the 3rd one that Breeze played.
Yeah.
But you saw them improve a little bit each week.
This is an elite team in the NFL. And when
think
you're
so.
an elite team, that means you have great management, from Mickey Loomis on down, great personnel people,
Got experience,
great
though. Got
coach,
a lot of
and you've
experience
got
too,
the
Rick.
core, and they reload, they
Yeah.
do that little shell game play. This is an elite team. They just have to do it on the field. Nick Jacobs, former LSU, former Cowboy tight end.
Tight end,
Look,
yeah.
he goes all the way till the end. He
I
gets
know.
cut, but he goes all. And
But from what I've heard, there's a good
chance.
chance they're going to
They could bring him back.
for practice
For the
squad.
practice squad.
That'd be
You're
great
right,
for
Scoot.
him.
I heard that
That'd be
too.
great. I mean, look, you can't
heard
teach
that too.
6'6", 270.
Yeah.
He's a humongous man.
He's a big kid, man.
He's a
big
humongous
kid.
man.
I can't lie about
And you
that.
can't
He's a big
teach and
kid.
coach that. So anyway,
He's a big
the
kid.
NFL season kicks off Thursday night in the kickoff classic, Seattle
Yes.
in Green Bay. Another one of those barometer games because people are picking Green Bay for the Super Bowl, and now you got Seattle defending Super Bowl champs. So
Seattle
that's gonna
still
be an
look good,
interesting
man.
one. All
I don't
right,
care what nobody
coming
say.
up next after a 2-minute break here, we'll talk bar buck football with head coach Mike Cotrera. Coming
Yes.
back to Jack Daniels. Stay right here.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
All right, we're back at Jack Daniels, shifting gears, staying on football, though, to the high school ranks.
Yes.
Barb head coach Mike Cotrera has so kindly joined us to talk about the preseason. Whole lot of questions on this squad because all that offensive talent and some defensive talent you lost from last year. Mike, welcome. Did you get some answers in the Jamboree, or all of them, or?
No, we haven't gotten all of them.
Were you surprised?
Yes, it was.
I mean, were
Happily
you
surprised.
surprised
Yes,
how well y'all played in the Jamboree?
Well, we played good enough to win. Now we just there's a
Played
lot
good
of things.
enough to rout.
33-6 was the final
Yeah.
for Sulphur.
There's a lot of things we
He's
still
being
need
nice.
to work on, but you know, with the young kids that we have, you know, we were surprised because you know the way the kids came out and played.
Well, tell us, I mean, we know the biggies, you know, with Fontenot and Quinn and mainly offense. I mean, I assume you're still running the spread, pass happy, the whole works. Well, who are the new guys that are taking these, you know? Well, it seemed like those guys were there for 20 years.
Yes, it does. It does. You know, and they were there when I became when I was first head coach. But, you know, we have two offensive linemen that have come back, very good, Bradley Matern and Dakota Corville. And we also have, you know, center Zach Amy, another guard Gage Welch, and big offensive guard Colin Fountain. Those three guys, Colin and Dakota and Bradley, have gotten some playing time. But you know, with our starting quarterback, became the sophomore Gavin Nettles, or is a sophomore. Became the starting quarterback Gavin Nettles. We have a sophomore running back. We do have a junior receiver, Garrett Williams, who was receiver last year. You know, so
good size too. Does he not have a good size kid? Isn't he?
Yes.
Kind of like LSU. You returned some people up front. You had to replace all the skill people.
Yes.
For the most part.
Right.
How are they different than what we're used to seeing with the, you know, Fontenot, Quinn, Sally?
They're like little puppies, you know. they want to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and those guys have set the mark, and these younger guys are coming behind them and trying to reach it. You know, that's the kind of kids that we have. You know, those kids go out and will play hard.
Yeah. Coach, when you look at your program in years past, you've been a huge success here in high school football throughout the state. What do you think is going to be the continuing trend for you guys at Barb to reload, to keep that trend to where you guys are going to stay up at that top echelon of being able to perform throughout the state? Because you guys have made a name for yourself. Now, people expect you guys to be at that top.
Well, and we haven't changed our expectations, even though we have a young team. You know, the goals are the same. Our kids are aware of that. You know, that the ultimate goal is to win a state championship, which we have never done. So we are striving to do that. But, you know, our coaching staff does a good job of evaluating our players, and we have to, you know, sit down. All right, are we doing the right things? You know, is this the right offense for the personnel that we have? Is this the right defense for the personnel that we have? So, you know, we have some good coaches.
You see, Coach, you bring up a good point. In years past, coaches have always played defenses based on what they felt was a winning tradition as to what they could do to win. But you brought up a good point. We design plays on the people that we have for personnel. See, that's times have changed.
Yes.
Times have changed. How successful has that been for you guys?
It's been very successful. You know, when we went out and got the defense about 6 years ago, you know, it fit our personnel. And it continues to fit our personnel. So, you know, we like what we're running, and we like what we're doing on offense. So, you know, we just got to get better at it each and every
Barb
week.
head coach Mike Cotrera has joined us here at Sound Off 60. To follow up on Kevin's point, tweaking that offense, okay? It was Fontenot running around looking for Quinn, looking for Williams, looking for anybody, or running the football. Kirkland Banks with 3 rushing touchdowns in the Jamboree. Are we going to see more leaning on Banks as a running threat in a kind of a standard type of offensive scheme, maybe? I mean, look, Nettles isn't Fontenot and Williams isn't Quinn, but Banks could give you that dimension maybe you didn't have last year.
Well, you know, we did with R.J. Folks till he got hurt. But
till he got hurt.
You know, our offensive coordinator, Chad Polk, does a good job of taking what the defense gives him. So if it's the run, then we're going to run the ball, which opens up the pass game. If it's the pass, we're going to take the pass, and which opens up the running game. So, you know, hopefully we can keep Kirkland healthy because he's going to be a big part of our offense.
Does it keep you up at night? I mean, God, I hate to keep going back to last year, but look, Fontenot, all records, Quinn, national records, Quinn now playing at LSU, that whole thing. I mean, you look at the production. Does it keep you up at night, Mike? How am I going to get that production?
No, because, you know, like you said, you can't keep these guys forever. You'd like to, but you can't.
You're right.
So, and like I said, the way our program's built, it's time for this next generation to come in and make a name for themselves, which they're going to do.
I can
but
see
they're
that
puppies.
Point.
Is that what you
said?
said?
They're puppies. They're
puppies.
Speaking of some of them you've got to replace, we'd be remiss if we didn't. Did you get a chance to watch the LSU game Saturday and see how much Trey Quinn was out there?
Yes, I got to watch.
I mean, it's obviously they've got big plans. For
Yes.
I mean,
very much so.
he was probably in 95% of the plays. LSU kept 3 wide receivers in the game for the most part, or at least 2 during the game. I don't know if y'all noticed. They even had, of course, he caught the two-point conversion. Just keep playing the game. I don't know if y'all noticed when I guess it was the last 2 plays of the game, LSU, taking a knee. They had Quinn back as what's basically the safety guy.
Right.
And they don't normally put a freshman back there. You put somebody you really trust back there to do that. You know, it's 1 in a million that it comes up, but if it does, you want somebody you trust.
You know
back there.
What I would have loved to have seen was, you know, Trey did catch a pass in the game, but I would have loved to have seen, you know, Deshaun catch one. And also Jared Foster throwing it to him.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
3 ball
Sean, not asking a lot.
And I don't think it'll hurt him long term. And God bless, I love him because Deshaun Smith. Boy,
he wanted it bad.
That was a bad
he wanted it bad.
That was a bad drop.
You had to bring that up.
But it's still been
running. When you're that wide open, you have too much time to think about it.
That's what happened, Coach.
And Deshaun's got
as good hands as anybody. He's got good hands.
He made some catches.
You know, and he'll be all right. Just, you know, Miles, sometimes if you do something like that, it takes 2 or 3 games to get out of that doghouse. And that might be the case there.
Give us a sense of the district, Mike. How do you see it playing out? I know you got a little sneak peek at Sulphur, but give us an idea of how you think this district.
You know, the district's going to be tough this year. I still think that Acadiana is going to be the team to beat. You know, they're the defending state champion. They've got a lot of people back on the offensive line, which is their key. You know, they're going to be the team to beat. But everything else is, up in the air because, again, our district's tough. You have to come ready to play.
You got Washington Marion kicking it off. Freddie Harrison and those guys feel that they have some skill position, and they're going to be more. I think Freddie was preaching physicality, getting that running game in, that kind of thing. Give us one or two keys early on that you're going to try to set the tone for this Bar Buck team that will put you on the path of success. What are you telling them that we have to do early to establish that?
We just got to go out and work hard every day in practice. Try to get better at what you're doing and get better each week when we play. And learn to play, learn to practice first, and practice hard as you can because you're going to play like you practice and then play for 48 minutes in a game.
To be that impressive in a jamboree, first trick out of the gate, it sounds like you got a little chemistry on this team that developed at some point. I don't know how you develop it without them playing, but somewhere, I mean, that doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the chemistry of this team?
It's their close-knit group. You know, they really care for each other. And they'll go out and do anything for each other. They'll play as hard as they can. I think what helped too the other night was our defense stepped up. Our defense is going to have to carry us early on because of our young guys on offense.
The puppies. Back again to the puppies. All right, Mike. We appreciate your time coming in. Hey, appreciate you coming. Good luck. Stay healthy. We'll be watching you. We'll have you back on when you're about 9-0, right? Mike Contreras, head coach of the Bar Bucks. They got Friday night date against Washington Marion. We're coming back to wrap it up. Stay right here. We're coming back to Jack Daniels.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time of the year.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, time to stump the wise guys. The lovely ladies from Lauberge are here. That would be Darby and Amber. Yes, go ahead, interrupt me. Sure.
Tell me when I'm in Southwest Louisiana. Right at the end of that last segment, I looked out there, it was bright sunshine.
Right.
When at the end of that segment, I looked out there, it's pouring down rain.
Okay.
We take a 2-minute break, I look, it's bright sunshine again.
That's where you're wrong, sir, okay? Right. Because here at Lauberge Casino, it never rains.
Sun's always shining. Thank you, Mr. Cerro.
It never rains. It's
Thank you, Mr. Cerro. Appreciate that. It's always sunshine.
Get with the program, Hobbs. Come on. All right, here we go. You ready?
Here we go.
Right,
Amber and Darby. Stumping, we would be the wise guys.
Here we go.
All right.
Which something?
What Division I FBS football team is the only in history to have a 3,000-yard passer, 2 1,000-yard receivers, and a 1,000-yard rusher, all in the same season, and name the offensive stars?
What?
Well, that would be LSU.
LSU.
Mettenberger.
Okay.
Jeremy Hill.
And Beckham.
Odell Beckham, and the other one,
Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry. Thank you.
I didn't know it was the only one. I knew it was the only one in the SEC. I wasn't sure that.
All right, then. Way to call that one, Scooter. I helped you on that one a little bit.
All right, we're off.
Here we go, number 2.
None of which are there this year.
None of them are.
And they're all in the NFL. All right, who's up next?
LSU
And you know,
Amber, back to Amber.
And we hoping that Beckham's going to get back playing because he's been hurt for like 3 weeks now.
Please, you're interrupting the
Okay,
lady.
just wanted to throw that out there.
All right, you ready for number 2?
Yes.
What was LSU's last non-conference regular season defeat, and who was the Tigers' head coach?
It's all you, Hobbs. It's all you, dude.
Who was it? Who was
Go
it?
ahead. Yeah, I don't know.
Virginia Tech, 2002. Nick Saban.
Nick Saban.
Are you
That
serious?
is correct.
What is Miles up to? 46,
Winning.
7 straight
Winning.
Whoa, a big Miles guy.
47.
47.
Yeah.
Oh, no, LSU's at 47.
LSU?
They're not all Miles.
Oh, not all Miles. Okay. All right.
Miles
All
is
right.
33 or something.
Back to Darby.
Here we go.
We're 2-0.
Who is LSU's career leader in all-purpose yards, and who set the Tigers' single-season record for all-purpose yards?
Ooh, Mr.
I'm going
Hobbs,
to say,
that's a test.
I think I know that.
Give Kevin a
That's-
shot.
That's not total offense. Total offense
All
would be a
purpose.
quarterback.
All
That'd be
purpose.
Oh, cool.
I am
Total
going
offense?
to say Kevin Falk.
I was going to say Kevin Falk.
Okay.
And then
And there's
That was
there's
mine.
a
That
part
was
2.
mine.
There's a part 2, apparently.
Tigers' single-season record for all-purpose.
Single season for all purpose.
I don't know that one. Who would that be, Scooter?
I would think
trying to
something like
think what
last year.
all-purpose
All that
yards
offense last year.
Yeah, but it was split between Landry and
All-purpose yards. Can it be Beckham because of punt return?
that's receiving yard.
I think he's right.
You're right.
Beckham.
Beckham.
Done, son. Got it.
Gidry!
Hey, you just had to
Through
think
with
about
the
it there for a little bit, buddy.
Wow.
Punt return did
Punt
it. Punt
return
return
did it.
did it.
All right.
Bonus
Here it is,
question.
bonus.
Who is Nebraska's all-time leading rusher?
Oh, Nebraska.
Nebraska. Oh, wait, I know it. The Heisman Trophy winner.
Mike Rozier.
Mike Rozier.
Boom!
Again, Gidry
Boom!
comes through.
There we go.
Boom,
We didn't know
son.
the name. We'd have been here all night waiting on
Good
him
point.
to remember the name.
I would have
I'm
been
telling
saying,
you.
Scooter, you know. Scooter, you know.
Scooter tell you. Scooter tell you.
Too many hits to the head. You gotta cut him
Yes.
some slack.
Yeah, I gotta put that
Amber,
claim
Darby,
in, man.
we
I gotta
appreciate
put
it.
that-
Thank you
Great
very
job,
much.
guys.
You got
Thank
the
Great job.
out of left field bonus question. Mike
Yeah,
Rozier.
Mike
All right.
Rozier, yeah.
Let's bounce
Boy, that was a
around.
headache.
Again, congratulations to ex-bar Buck Trey Quinn
Yeah,
for
great
really
job.
having a coming out party.
I don't know if I'd call it coming out party.
Well, look,
I mean,
starting
he's going to
receiver.
have 100
Oh, you're
yards
right.
receiving
Look,
at some point.
come on, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
But
True
it's
freshman.
obvious he is very, very big in LSU's plans. He was
Yeah.
on the field the entire game.
Yeah, yeah.
He ran the ball. They had an end around for
Yeah.
him, or reverse.
Caught a
actually.
pass. Caught the
I just-
two-point
Well,
conversion.
two-point
think-
pass is, you know,
the
2-point conversion doesn't count
Yeah.
as a stat.
No, but it was a nice catch.
But what
Go
I
ahead.
think, and the point Scooter make is that chemistry is going to play a lot in the success that he has because they have to know where he's at and what he's going to be doing if he gets outside the pocket.
Right.
And young receivers tend to get, but
Stop.
Yeah.
Gotta
like,
get open.
Like
Gotta
Odell Beckham. I mean, just watch film on him. If Trey can cut the film on him, just watch Beckham. Say, aha.
That's how you do it.
That's what
Let's
you got to
bounce
do.
around the SEC. A&M kicks it off like last Thursday.
Man,
and rounds
A&M's for
South
real.
Carolina.
A&M's for real.
I mean, that was.
I mean, they were saying
Kenny
Johnny
Hill
who?
breaks records for Johnny
who?
Football.
That man says you can't replace Johnny Football.
Yeah.
One game breaks his record.
Yeah,
That's
breaks
it.
his record.
5'11".
A&M comes
5'11".
out impressive. Their
Very
defense
impressive.
obviously well improved. Alabama struggles against a West Virginia team that has been on the downturn
But
of late.
Alabama struggles against those no-huddle spread offense.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do,
They never
Scooter.
could stop A&M.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
You know,
Even years
So
past,
don't
they
read
couldn't.
too much into it. What you're
Well, but I mean, there's a bunch of others like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
a lot of them
SEC.
going like that, though,
Good
really.
point. Okay, so LSU
But if you
struggles.
look at it, Alabama's defense has given up a ton of yards, 3 straight games.
Yeah.
Auburn,
Going back to last.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Good point.
and now West
Good point.
Virginia.
All right, so LSU struggles. They win, but they
They do.
have to
Yeah.
They
you know,
did.
score 21
I
points.
That
to do
defense
it.
got to get it going.
I think of the
That defense.
SEC, you'd be an idiot to not conclude that Georgia against Clemson.
Georgia overall, I would say yes.
Wow.
You're not
Clemson-
impressed
Early?
with You're not
Clemson
impressed
lost
with
a
Auburn?
ton.
You're not impressed with Auburn?
Well,
I
yeah.
thought Georgia was more
But against
impressive
Clemson?
than Auburn. I mean,
Against Clemson?
Auburn. I mean, there's nothing you wouldn't like about
Arkansas?
Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an SEC matchup. I
But
understand.
and keep in mind, I believe they sat the starting quarterback for the whole first
Who's that?
half. I believe Nick Marshall.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. He had
Yeah.
a little bit of
Yeah.
a problem. You're right.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
What jumps out at me is Georgia, Gurley,
Georgia's
all the
strong.
all-purpose
Georgia's
yards, all
strong.
that. Mississippi State.
Georgia's
I mean, it's
strong.
Southern Miss, but Mississippi State.
Ole Miss.
They're
Ole
going to be a
Miss.
force.
Ole Miss.
Mississippi State's going to be a force.
Well,
Come on.
if one thing jumped out at you, and Georgia notwithstanding,
Yeah.
and Tennessee looked good last
Yeah,
night.
good
too.
point. All right.
But my gosh, the West looks like a meat grinder, and
It
the
does.
East definitely
Early
looks
on,
like,
don't let's say.
It
What did
does.
you say at the start of the show?
No,
Don't
I
read too
know,
much
I
into the
know,
first
but
game.
if that's
Tough,
what
man.
you're going to do.
That's gonna be
All right,
tough.
last couple seconds.
That's gonna be
The
tough.
St. Louis Rams cut Michael Sams, the co-defensive
Yeah.
player of the year in the SEC last year, the NFL's first openly gay player. They cut him, but doggone it, guys, I thought he did enough. But again, slicing and dicing the film,
I think
who
he'll
did
play
he
somewhere.
do it against?
I think
You
he'll play somewhere, Rick. Yeah, I mean, I think
he
he'll play
looks-
And it
somewhere.
sounds
he
like,
made some
and
plays.
I did
I
see
think he'll play
today
somewhere.
nobody picked him up. So
He cleared.
I'm
He cleared
guessing
waivers.
he'll be back on the Rams practice squad.
The last word I saw was probably not, because they're so stacked on defense.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
They
they,
are,
have a
but
lot
they
of
are stacked
defensive
on defense,
linemen,
though. They are.
with Fisher and his
And that
group.
was kind of a-
But you would think maybe in a couple of weeks, again, when things filter out, he'll land somewhere.
Yeah.
The word out of some of the coverage of the Rams was, yeah, he made plays, he got sacks, but it was against 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
So how do you read into that? I saw him hustle, guys. I
did
saw him
too.
make plays.
I did too, and I
saw
don't
him
know
make
how.
plays.
If that's who you put him out there against, that's all you can
Exactly.
ask him
Yeah.
to do.
That's all, and he did it.
Yeah.
And he did.
You're right, Scooter.
I hope he hooks up.
Yeah,
I hope
I think
hooks
he
up
will.
on an
I think he
NFL
will.
in the team in the coming weeks. All right, LSU, Sam Houston State, is it?
Tigers, my
This
Tigers
week?
are ready. They're gonna be ready.
Saints at Atlanta and the Cowboys, 11 a.m. kickoff
Cowboys,
in
they-
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Cow-
ESPNU, Cowboys and Cornhuskers. All right.
That's 11.
Great show,
Whew.
guys. A-plus,
An early
A-plus
game.
tonight. We'll
All
do
right.
it all again next time, everybody.
Yes.
We'll see you at the games.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.